All right, what's up? What's up? Okay, so as most people who I would assume watching this video already know, we've been doing regular protests. We've been doing regular protests at City Market, at the City Market in Rockford, Illinois. That happens every Friday. One of the things that has begun to happen at after these protests is arrest warrants are starting to be issued, as opposed to last year when they were arresting people on the spot. And so this Friday, there's been 2 arrest warrants issued for people who participated in the protest last week. These arrest warrants are for disorderly conduct. And the only thing that is happening at City Market is people are having megaphones and having sirens on the megaphone and talking into the megaphones. And so this is what these charges are stemming from. This is what these arrest warrants are stemming from. As it stands, I've been arrested 3 times since this City Market season has started. I have a no contact order with City Market and with the permit area in City Market, which basically makes it so that once from 1 o'clock to 10 o'clock, I can't even be in the downtown Rockford area. And these are all things that are being initiated by the racist Kathy McDermott, by racist Peter Provenzano, racist Tom McNamara, racist Todd Cagnoni, all these racist white people that work at City Market, that work for City Market, or all the and work for the city of Rockford government and have the same and are getting the same benefits from these arrests and the weaponizing of the police in this manner. And so again, here we have another Friday at City Market where they have issued bullshit arrest warrants out on people. And I don't know how many times we got to continue to reiterate this. Anybody who is working at City Market that's black is a traitor to their race. Anybody that is going to City Market that is black is a traitor to their race. These people are having these arrest warrants issued because of trying to raise awareness to issues that predominantly affect black people in this city. It's not a debate about it or argument about it. This is a cold hard fact. It's 16 memorials of people who have been murdered by the law enforcement in this region up, and 13 of those memorials are of black people. I see some of you niggas on Facebook sharing this stuff about the Olympics. Y'all share shit about the royal family and shit. All this shit that has is having no direct correlation into the things that's going on every day. But you same motherfuckers be the ones who go to City Market. You same motherfuckers be the ones who support people who go to City Market. You same motherfuckers be the ones who support people taking pictures with the mayor and quiet about all these things that's happening here in your own city. But you got the nerve to have 3, 4, 5 paragraphs about somebody being suspended from the Olympics. You got 3, 4, 5 paragraphs about basketball players, or 3, 4, 5 paragraphs about movie or TV show. These things that are not even directly correlated to the issues going on in the city. These things that, of course, are indirectly correlated, but it just shows the lack of a true desire to do something. When I see people making this, again, same people making some of these posts about this Olympic shit, is gonna be the same people that's at the 4th of July parade tomorrow, or the same people that's downtown watching the fireworks go off at the 4th of July tomorrow, or the same people that's at Food Truck Tuesdays or at City Market Fridays. Stop having this outrage about this racial injustices that you can't even have any impact in affecting. You can share that post about the shit in the Olympics as many times as you want. It's not gonna have anywhere near the effect of sharing a post about the things that's going on in City Market. It's not gonna have anywhere near the effect as speaking out against the things that's going on in City Market. And so, again, not to go on a tangent, but this is the 7th week of these things going on, 7th, 8th week of these things going on, of the 7th week of City Market, the 5th week in which some type of arrest warrant has been issued or somebody has been arrested connected to City Market. And this is something that you can have a direct impact and a direct effect on. And so, it just baffles my mind when I see this fake outrage online, when I see this outcry from people about racism, this arbitrary racism that they can't even touch, that they too low to have any effect on. But the racism that is happening locally that they can have an effect on, not only are they bypassing speaking on it, bypassing being involved with bypassing being involved with the struggle to end it. They are opting into it. They are complicit with it. They go in and supporting the people at City Market, or sharing a post from people at City Market, or they going in supporting that Juneteenth event that they had. And again, these is all the things that feed into bigger institutions of racism. Y'all don't even want to deal with the racism that's going on at the level in which you exist, but you want to have outcry about racism that's going on at levels that you probably never get to in your whole life. You ain't gonna never be able to touch the institutional racism that's going on at the Olympics, but you want to have 5-6 paragraphs about that. But the institutional racism that's going on locally, you quiet about that, or you complicit in that. It's ignorance. It's ignorance, and they feed it, and it feeds into the same thing. So again, this really not what this post supposed to be about, but I just felt the need to make sure I said that. I'll keep on making these lives throughout the day, but again, the main point of this live is just the reminder that the City Market, Kathy McDermott, Peter Provenzano, Todd Cagnoni, Tom McNamara, a bevy of other names continue to weaponize the police, continue to put false charges against people. And again, these are not being done from because they have an issue with these individual protesters. They're being done because they have an issue with the issues that are being raised. They're being done because they are in an effort to suppress people from continuing to speak out on these things, from continuing to raise awareness on these things. And so, just as again, 2 $500 arrest warrants have been issued for disorderly conduct, for members of the May 30th Alliance. This is not I personally don't have this arrest warrant, but that's because I have already had multiple arrest warrants and already been banned from this area of City Market. But again, it's multiple people who have had arrest warrants put out today. 2 people have had arrest warrants put out today, stemming from last Friday at City Market. They waited until this Friday, when City Market is about to start, to put out these arrest warrants, so that way they can try to arrest people either before they get to City Market or in the vicinity of City Hall, City Market. And these things are happening because of the lack of the outcry from the community, like is being seen with the outcry that's coming from the Olympics. Again, we have to get to a place when people are not moving backwards and are not thinking backwards. City Market should not be being supported. That money that you would spend on that trash ass food at City Market, on them trash ass vendors at City Market, and I'm going to use the word trash because they've had 7 weeks to watch as this institutional racism has continued to be to roll down from City Market, and they continue to go to City Market to try to profit off of this institutional racism. So whatever business they got is trash. Whatever it is that they up there endorsing is trash, because they don't have no type of ethics or no type of morality behind what it is that they up there for. So it's trash. So whatever you was the money you was going to spend at them trash vendors and at that trash food at City Market, donate that money to trying to bond people out who are actually standing for something. Donate that money to trying to bond people out who are actually having some type of moral compass or some type of ethical integrity, instead of just trying to get every dollar that they can without the understanding that all money ain't good money. And all publicity ain't good publicity, and all marketing ain't good marketing. And again, these the same coons that's gonna be celebrating the 4th of July, the same coons that was propping up the Juneteenth event that they had a couple of weeks ago. And all of these things feed into each other. It shouldn't even be a struggle to try to get people to not go to City Market. Anybody at this point that is unaware of these things going on has no desire to be learned on these things going on. Anybody who is partaking in City Market or going down to City Market and saying it's because of ignorance or they didn't know about it, it's a willful ignorance. You can't tell somebody, you can't lead a horse to water if the horse don't want to go to the water. And again, we at a place where it's people who just don't want to be inconvenienced. They want to do something on their Friday night. They want to make as much money as they can being down there at City Market. They want to be the only black person in first class, or the only black person living in the neighborhood. They want to be the black people to be down at City Market so they can get a cosign from white people, because they think that cosign is more valuable than any cosign from black people. And that's the only thing that's happening in City Market. There's no way in which anybody going down to City Market or any new vendors going to City Market is ever going to make it so that the people who go to City Market and attend City Market is a adequate representation of the demographics of the city. It's not going to happen, and the city don't want it to happen, and the city know it's not going to happen. The only thing that they're using these black people for as vendors down there is to try to cover up the fact that they issuing these arrest warrants every Friday and arresting people for advocating for those exact same demographic of people that they are claiming to be supporting by giving them vendor spots and letting them sell their food down there. And so again, this is another week with arrest warrants being issued from City Market, another week of weaponizing of the police of City Market, another week of feeding people into the system of mass incarceration of City Market, and another week of racial injustice being perpetuated by City Market. And so, I don't know how many times to say the same thing over and over again. Again, a lot of the problem is that people want to talk about ending systemic racism, or people want to talk about struggling to end systemic racism, but they don't want to do the work that it takes to make strides towards those things. And in Rockford, the smallest stride is going to City Market as part of the protest. The smallest stride is encouraging people that you know to not go to City Market. The smallest stride is if you a black vendor and you have the opportunity to be at City Market, which means you already in a place of privilege, turning down that opportunity.